My father drops an empty beer can, his fourth of the evening, onto the rocks. I'm in my bra and pants, shivering in the dark. The torch beam waves on the surface of the water, the drowned moon. I can't work out how I've ended up agreeing to swim in the waterfall pool at 11 p.m. Why aren't you coming in too? The sound of falling water rises up from the surface like steam. Someone has to hold the torch, he says. I'll go in after.
We're now on the third and final day of the Do Not Go Gentle Festival. We're in the front bar of Mozart's, and I'm joined by three writers who were all shortlisted for the Dylan Thomas Prize. So, Mary, if you'd like to introduce yourself and your book.
Sure. Yes, I am one of those terrible people who has a way of introducing myself at parties or loud places. So, Marley like Bob Marley, and it's very tedious, but I find that way I don't get called names that I'm not, like Marley or whatever. So Marley like Bob Marley, and my book is called Call It Dog, and it's set in South Africa, which is where I'm from. And it's basically kind of like a mystery thriller, but very much to do with the landscape and the state of the country.
And James, Sins of the Leopard.
Yes, horribly complicated and over-the-top pretentious title, but landscape and state of the country sounds about right as well, although rather less exotically. Born in London and grew up in rural Sussex, just down the road from the birthplace and the childhood home of Percy Shelley. And unlike him, I didn't manage to get away from there as really quickly as possible. So a lot of the book is set in and around there, but also exploring ideas of English history, home and abroad, and trying to get at the idea of what it means to come from a particular place and to feel like you might betray that identity, or the identity betrays you somehow. That's a sort of very short way of introducing a book of poems, which is about all sorts of other things as well.
And Tim, The Last King of Lydia.
Yes, this is my book, my first novel, The Last King of Lydia, and it's set in 6th century BC, what's now Turkey, and I guess mine's not about my own relationship with my country, it's not my country. I grew up in Essex and lived in London and now in Sheffield, but it's about happiness, I guess is the best way of putting it. But there's also the invention of money, war, I think some incest and some cannibalism as well, so it's an exciting ride, yeah. But mostly happiness, a little bit of cannibalism, but mostly happiness.
When you're ready. I'm with Steve Jones. I know you as Harmonica Steve. Is that a nickname you've gone by, or is that one I've given you?
Well, you can give me that nickname anytime. You know, that's one of the important things I do is playing harmonica, and I specialise on harmonica. I do play other instruments as well, and I'm known to sing occasionally, but the harmonica is my speciality. So I'm a musician that uses the harmonica.
Yeah, that's how I primarily know.
Yeah.
But you've been on the music circuit for
longer than I care to remember, really. Yes, a long time.
You know, folk music is something that you don't see often publicised, but it's nice to see it all kind of concentrated in one place. And you got the poetry as well, and all those kind of things. It's been a good 3 days. I've really enjoyed it.
Well, I've been Joseph Thomas. I'm a sometime poet, sometimes a poacher. I'm a Swansea local of sorts. It's been a great 3 days at the Do Not Go Gentle Festival. It's true to say I've had my 18 whiskies now, So time for me to wrap up, really. And I suppose what I want to say is this festival has been done in the name of Dylan Thomas. We're approaching his centenary, and it's great to see Swansea and Wales finally fully embrace Dylan as part of the essential cultural baggage of Wales. And I hope that as a result of this, we might look at Vernon Watkins, David Jones, other Welsh greats, and raise their profile. It's great to see, because in Swansea there's now a strong tradition of spoken word evenings, folk nights, and it's great to see them embraced and brought together as one, and for it all to be done in the name of the poet, Dylan Thomas. Thank you.